And don't forget to order your copy of Football Game Plan's latest book, Stiff Arming Football Myths, an excellent book that you can find on our website at footballgameplan.com/books, available in both PDF as well as paperback form. For the Jets in this ball game, you want to save some of that offensive creativity for the red zone. It seems as though the Jets are utilizing all of their best plays on that first drive, which is why they have so much success moving the football down the field and they stall inside the red zone. I would save some of that creativity for the red zone so that way they can put up 7 instead of 3. And communication in the secondary is going to be key when you're facing a team like San Diego that loves to run a lot of bunch formations, a lot of cluster sets designed to cause confusion in the secondary. If you're not communicating and passing guys off effectively, you're going to get gashed for big plays deep down the field. And the last one goes without saying, it's a no-brainer. Geno Smith has to do a better job of protecting the football. I believe in his talent. I think he is the right guy for the Jets moving forward. He just has to be a little bit more cognizant of ball security. This is a guy that can get the job done, but again, you can't turn the football over. And for the Chargers in this ballgame, that offensive line will have their stiffest test of yet. They're going to have to be able to recognize the different stunts and blitzes coming from the New York Jets front 7. We know Rex Ryan is a guy that gets creative with his blitzes and pressures, and they have to be able to recognize and pick those guys up to keep Phillip Rivers well protected in the pocket. And defensively, I would stay aggressive on the outside against these Jets wide receivers. That's the big advantage the Chargers, in my opinion, have in this football game. Their cornerbacks going against the Jets receiving core, I think they can match up very well versus those guys, get aggressive and force Geno Smith to hold the football just a little bit too long. And don't be afraid to move the pocket for Phillip Rivers. You want to change up that launch pass spot for him. Move the pocket left to right, call more waggles, more sprint outs, because he can throw well on the run as he can standing back there in the pocket. Plus, you don't want to have all of that pressure coming from the Jets downhill. You want to force them to adjust on the fly, and moving the pocket for your quarterback does exactly that. The New York Jets have to find ways to get pressure on Phillip Rivers in that passing game, and I'm going to show you how they can come with a weak side blitz, a zone rotation, to try to force him to go strong side toward the tight end and the receiver on that side. What we're going to do here, we're going to send pressure weak side. They have 2 receivers over here, but we want Phillip Rivers to go where we feel as though we're better protected, and we're going to have the receiver manned up on this corner here, but the corner is just sitting and waiting because we're going to have this backer get a good bump on the tight end and drop back into that hook to curl area. So I'm sorry, curl flat area. So that way we have this guy covering him. The tight end comes in, we're combo covering him as well. So he's going to try to hold this tight end at the line of scrimmage and try to force Phillip Rivers to go here to this wide receiver, because backside we're sending pressure. We're going to take the 5 technique, send him outside. We're going to get double inside pressure with the 2 backers. Outside backer is going to shoot this B gap here. We're going to shoot the A gap, weak side A gap with this backer. Knows that's in an underlook. He's going to go across face of the center into the strong side A gap. We're going to have the 5 technique try to fight through the tackle, the strong side tackle. And now what we're doing, buzzing the backer over here, rotating down to cover the curl flat area as the corner sits back and waits, and we're dropping a safety in the middle of the field. So it's cover 3. We're just rotating to the weak side, getting weak side pressure, and hopefully trying to force Phillip Rivers to go here to where we have 2 guys covering 2 guys. So I think that's where they can find ways to get pressure on Rivers in that passing game. And we know how much they want to feature Keenan Allen, but if they try to force him to go outside, dictate where they want him to go, I think they could have some success. This week, the San Diego Chargers know they have to match pressure against the New York Jets, and one way they can get pressure on that passing game is by sending extra guys at Geno Smith and those wide receivers. I'm going to show you how they can go pre-snap cover 4, but really it's going to be cover 1. See what we have here, pre-snap cover 4 look, but it's going to be cover 0, I'm sorry, and we're going to have these cornerbacks aligned inside shoulder of the wide receiver to try to funnel these guys outside, down the sideline where it's your friend, it's your help, and that'll make it a tougher throw versus for Geno Smith. Now what we're going to do here up front, we're going to send 8 guys in pressure. It's cover 0, so we're going to send all of these guys are going to blitz. So now this safety is responsible for the tight end. That's his man right here. Here's how we're getting pressure up front. We're going to send this backer. He's going outside of the tight end. We're going to send this linebacker here on a twist with this defensive tackle. He's going here. Nose tackle is going strong side A gap. We're going to send this backer here. Boom. He's going outside, looping around, and as the cadence starts to wind down, we have a contained blitzer walking up the safety, and he's coming on the outside to take care of the back if he sprints out this way, or this way. If he comes this way, this guy's job is to peel off his blitz and cover him. But if he goes weak side, it's his job. Otherwise, you're sending 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys in pressure. Cover 0. Everyone is responsible for a man, and that's how you get pressure on a young quarterback, especially when you feel as though you have the advantage at cornerback over their wide receivers. This will be a great blitz in a short yardage situation versus the New York Jets.
The X factor in this game for the Jets will be their receiving core. These guys have to beat one-on-one coverage. They're going to have to beat press. They're going to have to make plays consistently with contested catches against that Chargers secondary. So these guys will have to have their best game of the season versus San Diego. And for the Chargers in this ballgame, their defensive depth, in my opinion, is the biggest X factor. They're coming in a little bit banged up defensively, and if those guys can raise their level of play and rise to the occasion, it bodes well for their chances to knock off New York at home. I like the Chargers in this ballgame. When you look at their passing attack, I think that right there will cause the Jets problems defensively. And on defense, I love the way they have the ability to press on the corners, especially this week versus the Jets. I think this will be a total team effort for San Diego and giving them the victory this week versus New York. I like the Chargers.
What's up, fantasy football fans? I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook. For all of your starts, sits, fantasy football notes, news, and tidbits, tune into our podcast, Football Game Plan Starting Lineup, every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on our Football Game Plan Radio Network, which is located at blogtalkradio.com/footballgameplan.
And don't forget to check out Football Game Plan's NFL Wraparound live every Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time at blogtalkradio.com/footballgameplan, where we give you all of our late-minute and last-minute notes, news, and tidbits and thoughts on each and every game on the NFL schedule. And I also want to give a huge shout out to Charger fan forums and Jet fan forums for always showing Football Game Plan support.